फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello, and the USA. A lot is being said already about who should be playing for India and who should be warming the bench, who should form the reserves traveling with the side, whether Rohit is the right guy to lead, whether Hardik is the right deputy. To discuss all about it, how India's squad should shape up, who should be the wrist spinners, who should be the finger spinners. I have with me today Network 18 Group Sports Editor K. Srinivas Rao, and joining me today is also Taus Risvi and Jamie Alter. Welcome to Cricket Next, gentlemen. I know your Twitter feeds are already buzzing with the super selector, and everyone has become a selector at the comfort of their living room couch. सबने बता दिया है ओपन इसको होना चाहिए, बिश्नोई जाना चाहिए. अरे चहल को कैसे बाहर रख सकते हो? अरे अक्सर तो जडेजा को पानी पिला देगा इस फॉर्मेट में. But we know for a fact that a lot is already said in a sport you just don't win or lose, you either win or you learn. But have India learned their lesson from the last two T20 World Cup editions? Because we clearly are going with the same sort of players who represented India in the last two editions. So first thoughts, K. Srinivas Rao. I wouldn't digress, और इसको मैं ज्यादा मतलब फिलोसफिकल और वैसा डिस्कशन नहीं बनाना चाहता. बहुत बातें करनी है आज हमने. ओपनर से स्टार्ट करता हूं और ओपनिंग कमेंट आप ही से चाहता हूं. Who do you think should be the openers for India at the T20 World Cup? 11 का बात करूंगा, रिजर्व ओपनर की बात नहीं करूंगा. रोहित कप्तान है, ये सबको पता है, तो उसका तो कुछ नहीं होना. रोहित के साथ who do you want to open for India in the T20 World Cup? One player. Srini, I think you're on mute. Yeah.
Sorry. One line quickly. I thought before naming the 11 that will play, we should actually name the 11 that is not going to go. Usko pehle, keep that 11 out of the way. Anyway, jokes aside, so openers, you know what? No point asking this question today whether Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma should go, this question should have been asked as of a year ago when the BCCI brought them back after a year's gap. आपने उनको ला दिया, आपने उनको यहाँ बिठा दिया है, आपने ऑलरेडी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाके अनाउंस कर दिया है रोहित शर्मा हमारे कप्तान रहेंगे. रोहित ऑलरेडी हिंट दे चुका है कि अगर मैं जाऊंगा तो विराट कोहली मुझे चाहिए बिकॉज ऑफ हिज टेम्परामेंट लेवल्स एवरीथिंग. अब ये सब करने के बाद आप बोलोगे पूरी रामायण सुन लिए, सीता कहाँ है, नहीं चलेगा. So you might as well now stick to something. Now don't go back and say no, we faltered and we don't know. So if that is going to happen, then Rohit and Virat have to open to contain whatever damage you can, because now that you have faltered, and I am saying you have faltered with this election, and now that you have, the only way to balance it out is by opening with Rohit and Virat. You put Virat at number 3, your whole batting order goes for a toss.
Now, quickly, Jamie Alter, I want you to weigh in here. Let's forget the number 3 debate. Let's forget left-right. ये राहुल करेगा, रोहित करेगा. अभी Jamie Alter क्या करेगा? Who should be opening with Rohit Sharma? Because he's not going to drop at number 3. That is the only certainty which we know till date. So Rohit is not dropping at 3. Rohit is opening. Who should be opening with Rohit Sharma?
I mean, look, the fact that Jaiswal got that 100 is obviously put him back in the reckoning. Had he not got that 100, he'd be in the squad, but he wouldn't be the name I would have taken. But because, like we've discussed in many, many shows, he's got a long rope because he's been the most prolific youngster or under 25 player to break into the Indian team in Test cricket and in T20 cricket. He's got decent numbers when he's played about, I think, 3, 4, 5 matches for India in T20s. So he has to open. Had he not got that 100, I would have said Abhishek Sharma. But then you see that really lousy statement that apparently his mentor Yuvraj Singh gave 2 days ago.
Agreed.
कि ये लड़का ready नहीं है. Sir, आप भूल गए कि आपको तो 18 पे मौका दिया गया था. I'm reading statements from Harbhajan Singh. You played your first test at 18. So where does, I was shocked that apparently his mentor made that comment. The guy is 23. He is the best Indian opener in this IPL. Not in volume of runs, but in delivering you results. I'll say it again at the sound like a stuck record. Who gets a man of the match for a 12-ball innings? Who gets 46 at strike rate of 250? One boy and one boy only, that is Abhishek Sharma. But if his own mentor is throwing him under the bus saying, Ladka ready nahi hai, I'm very, very sad to hear that. I would have opened like I tweeted 48 hours ago, in a parallel world, I would have opened with Abhishek Sharma and Jaiswal, just like the 2007 World Cup had a lot of youth. I believe that is where we should go. But I know it's going to be Rohit and Jaiswal. Kohli is not going to open.
Yeah, Srini, quickly before I kind of
No, so there are two discussions to this. One is what I think should go, and what I think will go. So there are two different.
Yeah. I think that's what Jamie said. No, there's a parallel universe where we are thinking about a parallel squad which should have gone, but we all know the squad will not go. So Taus Rizvi, the house is divided right now. I will weigh in my vote after you kind of say मैं थोड़ा safe option लूंगा दोनों के बाद. So one is Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Virat Kohli, tons of runs as an opener in the IPL, and we all know what he did. And yesterday was a statement of sorts, taking the best spin bowling attack in the tournament. Currently, day game, the ball was sticking, and he was striking the ball at 160. Then you have Yashasvi Jaiswal, T20 international, striking the ball at 160. As Jamie Bhai said, has got the long rope as an opener in the format. Who do you go with, Rohit Sharma?
One game, and Virat Kohli suddenly he can't open the innings. Suddenly from nowhere, एक game से कल से decide नहीं हो सकता. Although he is been the top run getter, right? But यार साहिल, यार मुझे ये बताओ कि यार क्यों बार-बार हम वापस जा रहे हैं विराट कोहली और रोहित के पास यार? Should be वही सब.
वो तो चले गए. वो ताउस भाई हम लोग
पहले का डिबेट
बिगाड़ दिया हमको.
वही ना, अब हम लोग इतना इरिटेट हो चुके हैं, इसलिए मैं सिर्फ स्माइल से बात करता हूँ. विराट जा रहा है वेरी गुड, रोहित जा रहा है वेरी गुड, हम सबको पता है. जडेजा जा रहा है ओ ब्रिलियंट. यू कांट हेल्प इट बॉस, इट्स हैपनिंग. जस्ट वन स्लीप अवे फ्रॉम द स्क्वाड एंड वी नो उसमें से 10 नाम कौन से आने वाले हैं. तो अभी मतलब इन प्रॉब्लम्स को कैसे एड्रेस किया जाए वो ताउस रिजवी आज हमें बताइए. ओपन किसको कराया जाए?
मैंने पूरा 15 निकाल दिया था यहाँ पर. मैंने बोर्ड पे, व्हाइट बोर्ड पे ऐसा इनका कोई नंबर देख रहा नहीं यार. यहाँ पर देखिए विराट कोहली टॉप पर है, रोहित शर्मा अच्छी फॉर्म में है, मतलब पहले से बेटर. मगर यहाँ पर मुझे इन बच्चों के सिवाय, अभिषेक शर्मा और यशस्वी के सिवाय मुझे आगे कोई दिख रहा ही नहीं यार. आई एम लाइक ब्लाइंडेड. सिर्फ एक
पर आपके अंदर का पत्रकार तो ये चीज आपको रिमाइंड भी कर रहा होगा ना कि जितना मर्जी आप लिख लो वो जाएगा नहीं. तो जब वो पत्रकार आपको रिमाइंडर दे रहा है कि वो नहीं जाएंगे, तो अब आप एनालिस्ट और सिलेक्टर दोनों का हैट डाल के बताइए.
मैं तो ओपन करूंगा यार रोहित शर्मा और यशस्वी के साथ. लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड कॉम्बिनेशन, अग्रेसिव है बंदा. या विराट कोहली नंबर 3 रखना ही, देखिए मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ओपन करे. इनफैक्ट इट्स गोना बी लाइक विराट कोहली के लिए अच्छा है पर्सनली, बट टीम के लिए अच्छा है मैं नहीं समझता. टीम के लिए अच्छा है क्योंकि टीम के लिए मुझे यशस्वी अच्छा लगेगा. ही इज मोर अग्रेसिव, मोर अटैकिंग. अभी फिलहाल शायद एक 100 लगा है उनका, इतना नहीं. मगर अगर रोहित सामने आ गए तो फर्क पड़ जाएगा. तो नंबर 3 आई वुड आस्क रोहित टू विराट यार नंबर 3 बैट कर तू, मगर वो एंकर वाला रोल प्ले मत कर. तू जो आईपीएल में किया ना को लास्ट मैच में विल जैक्स के साथ, तू वही कर. बाकी कुछ करना नहीं है. फॉर मी रोहित शर्मा एंड यशस्वी जायसवाल, दैट्स इट. गो अहेड विद दैट लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड कॉम्बिनेशन. ब्यूटीफुल यार.
I'll just ask our producers to keep noting down the opener options which we have, so that at the end of the show we can have a graphic where what we have picked. Now I'll keep the house divided. I'll go with Virat Kohli at top of the order. I have my logic for that. I think this squad, जो स्क्वाड हम पिक करने वाले हैं और जो 11 पिक करने वाले हैं, प्रॉब्लम हमारा ये होने वाला है कि हमें पता है इनकी वीकनेसेस क्या हैं. चाहे वो रोहित की हो, चाहे वो जडेजा की हो, उनको छुपाने के लिए आपको 11 बनाना है. So to hide Virat's weakness of not accelerating in the middle overs, I think best chance for him is to go all guns blazing at top of the order. That is open. वो कल बोला कि 15 साल से I've been doing muscle memory has kicked in. So that same muscle memory in the shortest format tells me that he's tailor-made for the opener slot. Number 3, the teams will kind of apply that choke on him, which would backfire. So I'll go with Virat and Rohit. Now quickly moving to number 3. Number 3 should be a unanimous choice, but now that the house is divided, who will open? And Virat could come in at number 3. Srini, who do you think should be number 3 if
Surya.
Virat is there and if not Virat is there?
Surya.
Jamie
Number 3
bhai,
is my best batter. That's it. And my best batter is Surya Kumar Yadav.
Even if he's not in form, which he hasn't been in the IPL so far, just
shown glimpses of form. If you're really going by form, then let's take Abhishek Sharma, let's take Yashasvi Jaiswal, then let's do the right thing. So either talk sense or talk, what these guys usually do. So,
nonsense. Say it out, Srini. Everyone
there's no point. See, so Taus was talking about, Virat at number 3. If he has to. See, my point is Virat as an opener is bad. Virat at number 3 is worse. It's like bad, worse. Like, because at number 3, he spoils up my entire middle order options. Ideally, If I were to be picking this World Cup squad, I would be picking Yashasvi, Jaiswal, Abhishek Sharma as my openers, Surya Kumar Yadav at number 3, Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dube, Rinku Singh. I would pack my order with these men, and I would feel bad if Shubman Gill wouldn't get a chance, or for Ruturaj Gaikwad wouldn't get a chance. Unfortunately, no, see, I mean, I know there might be a Rohit fan or there might be a Virat fan sitting listening to this, and I wish a Rohit fan listens and hears why I say this. 2007, you played Rohit Sharma in the first T20 World Cup. It's been 16 years. What message are you giving to anybody else who's looking to play this format? Doesn't matter how well you do. Doesn't matter what potential you show. Doesn't matter what you do. I'm not going to take you for the World Cup. Is that what we're trying to say? I don't think that's the right message, and I think it's pretty harmful. Forget whether you win the World Cup. Forget how you fare at the World Cup. Forget whether you make it to the final or not. Whatever. That is secondary. Primary thing is giving someone the opportunity where she deserves. And I think that's where our first step forward is a wrong step. As simple as that.
You touched a very valid point there on Ruturaj Gaikwad and Shubman Gill. I kept that discussion for a separate segment. I wanted to discuss the backup openers at length, because right now I'm just leaving that queue out there just to keep you all gentlemen excited. I think with KL Rahul doing what he is at top of the order, he could well be that backup opener along with Yashasvi Jaiswal. I'm just getting a strong feeling. KL ko le jane ke liye wo kuch bhi kar sakte hain. To backup
Sanju Samson is going for the World Cup.
We'll discuss that. We'll discuss that at length. The keeper and the opener spot. Just quickly, Jamie bhai. Now, number 3. It becomes interesting if Virat opens. It becomes more interesting if Virat doesn't open. So who do you think should go in at number 3? Yes, I know you picked Jaiswal and Rohit as your openers. So Virat comes in at 3. But still, if you would like to have a couple of more options, who is your ideal number 3? Or would you kind of apply that floater approach, which most teams have generally applied? SRH sending in Klaasen at 3. I'm just wildly throwing thoughts in your head. So, just your thoughts on number 3.
No, Srini raises a valid point when he says that Virat Kohli at 3 is problematic. I would have Sky batting at 3, but the point is Virat Kohli opening throws out, like I mentioned earlier on the show, it throws out your best under 25-year-old. You're not going to bat Jaiswal. What message are you sending? In fact, I want to ask all of you, how have we regressed? This is the country that handed debuts to Sachin as a teenager, to Yuvraj, like I mentioned. Where is that attitude gone? Why are we so scared to throw in people when they're 19, 20? What's happened? Why are we still... Shuni's got a valid point. 16 years later, we're hung up on the same names. Would this... I mean, can you imagine? And I use the word regress very, very deliberately. If you not thrown in... Harbhajan Singh was 18. Uske mooche nahi pute the when he made his test debut against Steve Waugh's Australia. Where are those selectors gone? Yuvraj Singh, his first innings came at 1984 against Ponting's Australia. Sehwag 2.0 started, but Sehwag made his debut in 98, 99. Where are the selectors, Maafi Chahunga, with the balls to back young talent? They're gone. They are absolutely gone. This is the nation that gave us Sachin, all these guys. और यहाँ पे हम 36-35 वाले players को हम select कर रहे हैं. I just have to get that out of the way. Please go back to that nature, that ethos, that DNA that said, भाई 19 का है कोई बात नहीं. I'll say it again. If you're 23, 24 and you played 4 IPL seasons, you have more than enough experience to go play a T20 World Cup. I had to get that rant out of the way. I'm going, if you have to pick Virat Kohli in your squad, just bat him where he's become Virat Kohli. Number 3. We've seen this episode. We've heard this documentary. 22 mein bande ne bola, I'm going to be opening in the World Cup. No, you didn't. Rohit said, we're going to open in the World Cup. You didn't. Agar aap 2 saal pehle nahi bol ke, you couldn't walk the talk. What's this nonsense about Virat Kohli opening now, yaar? Virat, 2 seasons thode run maar liye IPL mein. He's now become an opener. Boss, he's Virat Kohli, the best batter of this era. Runs kahan se aaye? Number 3 pe. If you have to pick him in, you bat at 3. There's no point setting him opening. He's open for RCB, yeah, IPL. Then, like I said for Dinesh Karthik, then you take the Chinnaswamy pitch along to the West Indies. No, it's a different kettle of fish, boss. His DNA functions. If he was this opener, then you should open him in the 22. आपने ना उनसे 22 में opening कराया Asia Cup में, जहाँ पे आपको याद दिलाऊं 5 टीम है और आपकी टीम उन 5 में से final तक तो नहीं पहुंच पाई. What happened in the 22 World Cup? We were exposed as having the worst openers in international cricket, and now you want to put Virat Kohli at 36 in that. God bless you.
Quickly coming back to you again, Jamie bhai, number 3 then. One pick.
Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli. Because you're taking him, you have to bat him where he's batted for 15 years. Great statement called Virat Kohli. Great statement. पर सर आप भूल गए कि ये जो आप 15 साल के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, आपने 3 पे खेले 15 साल से, तो प्लीज आप नंबर 3 पे खेलिए.
ताउस भाई नंबर 3.
ये मैंने तो बोल दिया था नंबर 3 विराट. मैं तो उससे ही जाऊंगा क्योंकि देखिए एक तो रोहित शर्मा, इफ थिंग्स आर नॉट गोइंग वेल व्हेन यू स्टार्ट इन द पावर प्ले, रोहित शर्मा इतना लेवल पे आके नहीं बोलेगा कि विराट तू अपना गेम थोड़ा फास्ट कर. That will be something uncomfortable, you know. Virat is suited for that responsibility when the wicket goes down early. ठीक है, आपको या 2-3 विकेट फटाफट गिर जाए तो वहां पर playing for RCB in IPL, opening the innings because you don't have any openers right now. But here, Team India, you have openers, you have Yashasvi, Jaiswal, you have Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma is looking good. Yashasvi has got back with that 100. Good part is that Virat Kohli is in form, in terrific form, which he has been in the IPL. But उनकी टीम बात अलग है. But I would say number 3 is suited for Virat Kohli. Obviously, whatever Jimmy Bhai said, I agree with them 100%. And see, you have to look at the other picture as well. विकेट जल्दी गया तो आप क्या करोगे? आप सूर्य कुमार यादव को नंबर 3 पे लाओगे? कितना भरोसा है? सूर्य कुमार यादव, he works only on good wickets in IPL. वहां पर विकेट थोड़ा स्लो हो जाएगा. आपने देखा वेस्ट इंडीज में क्या हुआ था, जब स्लो विकेट हो गया था, सूर्य स्ट्रगल करते हुए नजर आए. तो यहाँ विराट कोहली, आई थिंक now that he can play spin well, now that he can, I mean, वो स्ट्राइक रेट बढ़ गया है, स्पिन को ज्यादा अग्रेसिवली खेल रहे हैं और विकेट वहां पर अलग रहने वाली है, तो व्हाई नॉट यार. विराट कोहली इज द बेस्ट चॉइस नंबर 3 राइट नाउ. आप अग्रेसिव जाओ, ऑल गन्स ब्लेजिंग जाओ विद रोहित एंड यशस्वी. नंबर 3 you have the person to take responsibility. Only you can change the scene if, I mean, you need guts. रोहित शर्मा need guts. जब थोड़ा अच्छा स्टार्ट हो गया और एकदम ही जबरदस्त स्टार्ट हो गया, then विराट कोहली का बैटिंग नहीं आना चाहिए. सूर्य कुमार यादव, अदर गाइस शुड गो ऑन टेक ऑन द अटैक. आई मीन जबरदस्त स्टार्ट है, आपको कैपिटलाइज करना है. आपको वहां थोड़ा आपको टीम में लेके जा रहे हैं, दैट इज अ गुड पॉइंट. ठीक है, विराट कोहली शुड एक्सेप्ट दैट क्या टीम में लेके जा रहे हैं. मगर अगर सिचुएशन ऐसा है कि जहां पर 10-15 ओवर निकल गए हैं, विराट सूर्य चाहिए आपको, ऋषभ पंत चाहिए आपको रियान पराग चाहिए या कोई शिवम दुबे चाहिए, तो विराट कोहली को थोड़ा नीचे, और वो एडजस्ट कर लेंगे. ही इज अ टीम मैन ना, ही इज अ टीम मैन. I think he'll adjust.
No, I think the bigger problem right now is the fact that, you know, even when the selectors sit, I'm sure they already have sat like more than once, twice, thrice meeting ho chuka hai. It's just that formalities are left. But the fact is, if you're not sure about the playing 11, you can't really pick a balanced 15. If you're not sure where Virat is going to bat, you can't really pick a backup opener. If you are not sure if Virat is going to bat at 3 और ओपन द इनिंग्स, तो वो क्लैरिटी आई थिंक अब इनको मिल चुका होगा या मिल जाना चाहिए, वरना फिर बैकअप किसको लेके जाओगे. नाउ जस्ट कमिंग टू द बैकअप ओपनर, a lot of players have already thrown their hat in the ring. Shubman Gill did a lot of interviews a couple of days back. I spoke to him. He's very much in for the T20 World Cup thing. Run nahi lage hai is saal, but he's the same kid who scored close to 900 runs last season. For GT doing what they did, I think Shubman played a huge role for them with the bat. Now there's Shubman Gill. There's Ruturaj Gaikwad with almost back-to-back hundreds for Chennai Super Kings. Is becoming the Raja of CSK with the performances he has been dishing out with the bat. There's a Ishan Kishan, a boy 6 months back who was going to be your all-format regular, but right now is sitting without a BCCI central contract for reasons still unknown to us, known but not for public domain. Now we have three openers right now. We need one backup opener at least. Even if Yashasvi Jaiswal is a certainty in the 15 or in the 11, you would still need one top order backup opener. So Srini, who would your pick be? Shubman Gill, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Ishan Kishan, or I'll just complicate. I'll just complicate matters further for you from what I was thinking this morning. KL Rahul run कर रहा है, बैकअप कीपर आपको लेके जाना है, फर्स्ट चॉइस कीपर आपका मिडिल ऑर्डर का है ऋषभ पंत. So can KL Rahul also be that top order backup wicket keeping option? So just if
मैं बोल रहा हूँ अभी कि ऋषभ पंत आपका नंबर 1 विकेट कीपर नहीं है.
ओके,
आपका नंबर 1 विकेट कीपर अभी जाएगा संजू सैमसन. आई नो जेमी विल नॉट लाइक दिस, बट दिस इज माय गेस, द वे these guys tend to think, and they'll take Rishabh. I mean, between Rishabh and Sanju, those are the 2 wicket keepers who will go. Okay. Because unfortunately ध्रुव को चांस मिला नहीं है बैटिंग करने का. जितेश का चांस नहीं बन रहा है, and Ishan was the only guy. Rahul again will have his choices, and KL, I don't see KL going.
Okay.
In any which way, I don't see KL going. So, I mean, last minute, as I said, this is Indian cricket. कुछ भी कर सकते हैं ये लोग. बट थोड़ा बहुत मैं ये क्या कर सकते हैं, इनका पोटेंशियल जो है कुछ करने का, थोड़ा सा लॉजिक उसमें डाल दो, थोड़ा सा कुछ स्प्रिंकल कर दो, ये सब देख रहा हूँ. तो मुझे लग रहा है संजू और ऋषभ को भेजने वाले हैं ये. इसलिए मैं जानबूझ के कह रहा हूँ कि भेजने वाले हैं ये. मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि ये जाना चाहिए. भेजने वाले हैं ये. एंड let me talk about number 3 first, because you all were discussing number 3. Surya, I had said Surya, right? At number 3. So Taus, I think, mentioned that point about form. If you are not in form, if you lose that wicket early, then what happens? That's the mindset that you are not supposed to carry. That is the anchoring mindset that you do not require. You need your top 7 guys. So one goes, the second needs to be as good as what one was doing. The third needs to be as good as what 1 and 2 were doing. Fourth needs to be as good as what 1, 2, 3 were doing, So that anchoring, so traditional mindsets, traditional way of thinking of how in a 50-over game, you lose the first wicket in the first 5 overs, and then number 3 comes and anchors for the first 15 overs. That traditional way of thinking is gone. It's like 7 robots walking in, only have one job: clear the field. That's it. So let's move out of that kind of thinking. And I mean, as we go further, we're going to discuss this. And from that perspective, it just gives me a feeling that Sanju may, especially if you're going to be playing bulk of those matches in the Caribbean, Sanju Samson may kind of get that this thing. I mean, Rahul Dravid might just support him.
Srini, who would your backup opener be in that case?
So again, we are talking about 15, right? We are not talking about 20.
Yeah, correct. We are talking about 15. So 5 would be traveling reserves. That's what we have heard. We are not sure about that. They could be 25, they could be 22, but they'll be carrying more than 15 for sure.
So if we are talking about 15, I will go with 1 reserve opener, right? Why would I need 2 reserve openers? Because then
exactly.
So then that just has to be Yashasvi. That has to be Yashasvi, because I had picked Rohit and Virat as the openers. Because my thing is, don't take Virat. If you're taking Virat, then open with Virat. Virat as number 3 doesn't fit. So if you're playing Virat and Rohit as openers, then you've got to kind of keep Yashasvi as the backup, which is as unfortunate as it gets. And again, you don't take Shubman in your 15, which is as horrible as it gets. Because again, I mean, you're talking about a guy who scored 900 runs last year. और आप उसको घर पे बिठाने वाले हो. A guy who single-handedly changed the course of the semi-finals and the knockouts last year in the IPL. Those 2 back-to-back knocks that he scored. Phenomenal batting. You're not going to take that guy. For what joy? And if you're going to take it, you're going to do some natak. You are like, oh, long tour, long distance traveling. So we'll take a 20 squad, 18 ka squad. Hey, dekho, Shubman to le ja rahe hum. So, that way, I don't know, 15, the first 15, if this is what they're thinking, then that's why I said the middle order will keep getting more and more confusing as you go down.
Jamie bhai, now just thinking out loud that Virat and Rohit open, Yashasvi your backup opener. Do you see a spot for another Gill or a Gaikwad in that 15 then?
No, because their strike rates are not par and they're not hitting sixes. I want guys who hit sixes. So I'm still. Agreed. He's not going to go. He's not going to go. But I need 6 hitters. I'm looking at the stats right now. Shubman Gill's hit 9 sixes. No chance. I'm still going to say Abhishek Sharma. Again, this is what he's not going to go. But if you want a third opener who can come in on those tracks and get you 80 in the power play, Abhishek Sharma. He's got 22 sixes. Anyone who's got more than 20 sixes is, in my book, has to go there. That's Rishabh Pant. Samson is close on that. Samson is the number 1 keeper batsman because of, just sheer runs. But again, a guy who spent 2 months batting at number 3, the first spot open for him in the 11
I was coming to
is
that.
number 6. So how are you going to tell a guy, Sanju, well, and you see Samson ko, when he fails, the world will say, Dekho, kaha tha ye bakwas hai. On form, in a parallel universe, he'd be captaining my World Cup 11. He's the best Indian captain in this IPL. He's got runs. He's the best player of spin. But unfortunately, वो 3 पे खेल रहा है और इंडिया में पहला कीपर का जगह बनता है नंबर 6 पे. और कौन खेल रहा है सबसे आसपास 6 का? ऋषभ पंत 5 पे खेल रहा है. So ऋषभ पंत is your number 1 keeper.
Taus bhai.
Nothing different from Jimmy because Rishabh Pant is the choice, because number 3, obviously same argument. Number 3, Sanju Samson. I would love to have him, संजू सैमसन द काइंड ऑफ फॉर्म ही है, या तो अगर आप ऐसा करेंगे यार नंबर 3 को एडजस्ट करके विराट को ओपन करा दें और संजू सैमसन को ले आए, फिर वो खिचड़ी पका के, तो बट देन माय क्लैरिटी रहेगा माइंड में इफ यू वांट टू लाइक स्ट्रेट अवे अगर आप बिठा रहे हो इन दोनों, सी मसला इन दोनों की वजह से क्रिएट हो रहा है, रोहित शर्मा और विराट कोहली की वजह से, नहीं तो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड वहां पर बैटिंग आपको यहाँ पर टैलेंट है, अभिषेक शर्मा, यशस्वी जायसवाल नंबर 3 अगर आपको खिलाना है, संजू सैमसन एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन मिल जाएगा, फिर सूर्य आ जाएंगे, शिवम दुबे आ जाएंगे, व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल लाइनअप, स्ट्रेट जो एक रोबोटिक माइंडसेट जो श्रीनी भाई बात कर रहे थे, एग्जैक्टली वैसे ही होगा, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वैसा नहीं हो पा रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द टू बिग गाइज इन द लाइनअप। तो आप क्या करेंगे, आप रिजर्व ओपनर को क्या, अभिषेक शर्मा आई वुड लव टू हैव हिम, होना ही चाहिए वो, बट अगर आप ये नहीं करेंगे तो आप फिर से यू विल फॉल बैक अगेन। अभी भी हमारा माइंडसेट देखिए, हमारा माइंडसेट चेंज नहीं हुआ, हमारा माइंडसेट सिर्फ वो क्लासन को देखकर चेंज हुआ है, हमारा माइंडसेट वो विल जैक्स को देखकर है, वो दिल्ली वाला यंगस्टर उसको देखकर है हमारे, हाँ तो कितने यंगस्टर्स हैं जो कि हमारे जो बैट्समैन जो एक्सप्लोसिव है, अभिषेक शर्मा और दूसरा नाम ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ इज प्लेइंग आई मीन ही इज टेकिंग दोस नंबर ऑफ बॉल्स, लेसर नंबर ऑफ बॉल, बट ही इज प्लेइंग दोस ट्रेडिशनल गेम, नंबर ऑफ सिक्सेस की बात की है जेमी भाई ने, शुभमन गिल अगेन नंबर ऑफ सिक्सेस, Abhishek Sharma is the one who qualifies, who has the ability to go after the attack with that pace, in that pace. Robotic यहाँ पर नहीं दिख रहा, इसलिए श्रीनी भाई I would say I would again go ahead with the same choice because of these two big guys.
It's not about
out of the ball.
It's not about what you would like to go ahead. So if I would like to go ahead, I would name a completely different 15, which will have nothing to do with this discussion.
वो तैयार है।
वो मैंने साहिल से जब बात कर रहा था, I was speaking to him 2 days ago, and I said keep 2 squads ready. One you think you will go, and one you think should go. You know, so those are different discussions. You know, X and Y, those have got nothing to do with each other. Yeah.
अब जितना रायता
ये लाइनअप शुरू में, बाय द वे, आप जैसे जैसे आगे जाओगे, आपको बॉलिंग अटैक तक आप लाओगे, आपको और तकलीफें आएगी, तो आप जाओ आगे, आपको और पता चलेगा।
just अब थोड़ा अब इसको स्ट्रीमलाइन करते हैं। I think I'll ask my producer to kind of keep slashing names. I'll just read them out. I will just pop them in the private chat. Top order: Rohit, Virat, Sky. That's the general consensus because you want Sky at 3, Rohit and Virat as your 2 openers. Yashasvi Jaiswal becomes your backup opener. So we are sorted as far as the top order is concerned. We have the unanimous choice in Rishabh, Pant. Srini thinks it should be Samson, but you know we are outweighing him 3-1 right now on vote count. So we'll go with Rishabh Pant. Srini, you were on call then. You know, Jamie White mentioned, and I think it was a fair assessment that Pant has probably batted 5 and 6 where he's supposed to bat for Indian team. And Sanju Samson, because of the way both Butler and Jaiswal haven't given the kind of starts they were used to, Sanju Samson is batting more often in the power play these days. So he's getting a lot of deliveries with the fielding restrictions on. So comparing him to a number 5 position from batting at 3, I think I agree with the two gentlemen. And I also feel that Sanju Samson is a reserve keeper and Rishabh Pant has to be a number 1 keeper, just going by the position he's playing for DC. Yeah, Srini.
No, I'm fine. I mean, I don't see. So anyway, like, you know, for me, Rishabh in this format, you know, I really wouldn't be gung-ho. I would go slow, especially for a guy coming back from an injury. I would go slow. If we were discussing a test squad, if we were talking 15, I would begin the list with Rishabh Pant's name. But here, yes, take him. Fair enough. A great headline also. You know, everything. And I love the way, for me, it's the story of the year. But my first choice wicketkeeper will not be Rishabh. Will it be Sanju? No. But I'm saying likely that BCCI will go with Sanju. If I was here, I would go with Ishan Kishan. Why? I have my reason for it. I want a guy जिसका तो वो बोलते हैं ना थोड़ा सटका हुआ है, थोड़ा मतलब उसका तार थोड़ा हिला हुआ है. ईशान इज दैट काइंड ऑफ अ बॉय, यू नो, वो पागल है और मेरे को पागल लड़का चाहिए. 4 नंबर में ना पागल चाहिए जो एक स्लॉट पकड़े और चढ़ाए. ज्यादा क्या होगा, 2 मैच नहीं चलेगा, 3 मैच नहीं चलेगा, मेरे को समझ में आ जाएगा फॉर्म नहीं है, आई ब्रिंग इन माय बैकअप विकेट कीपर. बट ये जिस दिन चल गया ना, ये 2 मैच तो खुद से निकाल के आ जाएगा, ये अकेले खुद से निकाल के आ जाएगा. ही इज दैट काइंड ऑफ अ मैड गाय एंड आई वुड लाइक सच मैड guys in my, you know, it's like Rinku. You know that, you know, ये चल गया, last 1 over काफी है, इसको पूरा मैच निकाल के मेरे को दे देगा ये. So it's that kind of a thing. So I would go with Ishan, but I know that these guys, this coach and all, they won't settle for Ishan. So that's why I'm settling with Sanju, and that's why I'm saying Rishabh is not going to be my first choice.
But Srini bhai, how different is Ishan Kishan from Rishabh Pant? इनका बैटिंग ऑलमोस्ट आइडेंटिकल है. ऋषभ पंत इज
No. They are nowhere close to each other. Rishabh Pant and Ishan Kishan are nowhere close to each other in terms of batting. Rishabh Pant needs his time to get going. Rishabh Pant is not that guy who go and slot the ball between long off and long on mid on, like from the word go. No, Ishan is mad. He will walk out and start swinging his ball even before the first ball has been bowled.
as an opener,
huh?
As an opener, middle order में he takes time.
Very short. Go back to the 2020 season of IPL. Ishan batted at number 4. Number 4. He was among the top 5 scorers that season. 570 odd runs he scored. Beautiful batting. अब आपने उसको यूटिलाइज नहीं किया उस तरीके से, वो गलती किसी और की है. The point is, he was never an opener. You pushed him to be an opener. Am I, kind of, because they lost out on Quinton de Kock, that's why they wanted to make the most of Ishan's thing, and that's why they push him forward. But otherwise, he was always a middle order batsman, number 4, number 5. And to me, why I look at a guy like Ishan is he has no hang-ups. मैं उसको कल बोलूंगा बेटा जा नंबर 3 खेल लेगा, मैं बोलूंगा बेटा तू कभी तू 6 पे जाना चला जाएगा, मैं बोलूंगा चल कल ओपन कर रहा है तू, ओके बॉस, hungry. I need those kind of guys. So for me, Ishan would have been the perfect choice to go. But मुझे पता है राहुल द्रविड़ नहीं लेके जाएगा उसको. तो
But Srini, I agree with your hang up bit. We know this kid and we have seen him getting dropped even after scoring a double 100. But all that was prior to that tour of South Africa in December. Since December, जो आप वो वायर खिसका का बात कर रहे हो, I think a lot would be weighing on his head right now. He's without a central contract. He's suddenly out of the scheme of things.
Why? That's what we tend to overthink. Why do we tend to overthink? Why are we saying that his mind would be overweighted with options? I mean, how old is he? 23, 24?
Yeah.
Well, come on. I mean, if 23, 24, somebody's mind is overweight and we in our mid-30s are kind of thinking for him, I don't think that's the wrong thing to do. So I think young fellow, loves his cricket. I'm going by the quality of a cricketer I would like to see in this format.
Yeah.
In this format, okay? I'm just sticking to that. And going by what Ishan can deliver in that space. Not thinking too much. So again, ideally, in an ideal world, my choice for the first choice for a wicketkeeper batsman should have been Ishan Kishan. That's not going to happen. So again, I'm saying logic I'm just thinking जितेश नहीं जाएगा, ध्रुव नहीं जाएगा और केएल मेरे हिसाब से नहीं जाएगा और ऊपर से ओपन कर नहीं सकता. सो ये सब ध्यान में रखते हुए अगर मैं देखूं तो संजू ही दिख रहा है मुझे.
So Sanju, Samson and Rishabh. Yeah, Srini was.
I can see that Jamie like. So Dube फिर कुछ.
नहीं. I'm all for it. There is no basic criteria is if you're thinking outside the staple status quo guys and you have to pick someone, you're picking him on form, and in terms of keepers, there's no better keeper than Sanju Samson. So Samson, again, Dhruv Jurel hasn't worn the gloves for 2 months. Why is he there? Jitesh ka to patta kat gaya. So it has to be Samson and Pant. है नहीं कोई और.
Correct. So I think चलो ये थोड़ा discussion हमारा सबका clear cut हो गया. Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant are our 2 keepers. Now let's see whether KL Rahul pulls off a last minute trick which he always has managed to do, whether it's the test recall in South Africa during the gloves. In the whites, he has managed to do such tricks. So let's see which one it comes out of his hat now before the T20 World Cup. So Rishabh Pant and Sanju Samson are our 2 keepers. Now I'll move to the easiest bit. The 2 seam bowling all-rounders. I know the second option, which we all would unanimously agree hasn't been bowling in the IPL because of the impact player rule. But Tausbhai, 2 all-rounders, seam bowling all-rounder, middle orders batter who can hit the ball a long way. अब ठीक है, अब एक नहीं कर पा रहा जो हमारा ऑफिशियल उपकप्तान घोषित है पिछले 4 महीने से. But who would be your 2 seam bowling all-rounders be?
Team bowling all-rounders, हार्दिक पांड्या तो इतना कुछ खास मुझे इंटरेस्टिंग लगा नहीं, but then do we have any choices? नहीं है ना. जब हम जा रहे हैं उनपे तो हम विराट कोहली के साथ जा रहे हैं तो फिर अब क्या हार्दिक पांड्या को भी लिए चलो, शिवम दुबे हैं, In fact, you know what? I was just speaking to coach of Shivam Dube
Yeah.
in one of the मैदान. He came up with an interesting point. वही बोला कि यार बहुत underutilized किया बंदे ने अपने आप को. He's a good seamer and the kind of pace that he has is good for T20 cricket. तो अगर वो खुद के ऊपर पहले भरोसा करना है अपनी bowling पे, then the captain will have trust on you. तो वो एस्पेक्ट पे अगर थोड़ा वर्क करते तो शिवम का चांसेस होता है यार, ही कुड हैव बीन मच बेटर, अ गुड बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर. बट फॉर नाउ दैट ही इज नॉट बॉलिंग, हार्दिक पांड्या इज द सीमिंग ऑलराउंडर. दूसरा कौन है? दूसरा तो कोई है नहीं. शिवम दुबे इज अनदर गाय फॉलोड बाय रिंकू.
जेमी भाई, शिवम दुबे, हार्दिक पांड्या as your two seam bowling all rounders.
Again, now you're framing the question such that मैं कुछ बोलूंगा तो ऐसा होगा. Do you want me to say who I want to see or who I know is going to go?
No, both.
No, I'm just talking about the 15. 11 is debatable. 11 will open another can of worms, I know. So I'll just stick to the 15, the easier bit, which the selectors are going to do right now. Let's stick to the 15.
Correct. So I know that Hardik Pandya will go, but there's no basis for him to go. He's bowling 2 overs every second match. Dube did not bowl in the IPL for 2 years, but when he came back to the Indian team, he bowled a lot. So if you want someone just to bowl very average medium pace, but offer 100 times more batting skills, Dube, you don't need 2 seam bowling all-rounders in the West Indies. Look at the results. I've come on this show with some stats. There's no great returns for medium pacers in the West Indies. Shivam Dube, you don't, 2 ही over डालेगा, Hardik कौन सा 4 डालेगा? Because you're going to have to pack your 11 with very good bowlers. If Hardik Pandya is not bowling 4 over, and when he's bowling 41, 38, you want him in your World Cup squad, I'll take Dube. If you play your cards right, you don't need Hardik Pandya or Dube to bowl even 2 overs of seam. It's risky, but you take risk. That's how you win trophies, no?
No, even I was thinking on these lines yesterday. Just pack your side with both Jadeja and Axar Patel. You wouldn't even need both Shivam Dube and Hardik Pandya. मैं सोच रहा था जस्ट आपको 8 ओवर तो वो गारंटी कर ही देंगे ना, बट अगेन डिपेंड्स हाउ रिस्की दे वांट टू बी. सो ऑन दोस लाइंस, श्रीनी, seam bowling all rounders, the only 2 options are Hardik Pandya and Shivam Dube. And with Hardik Pandya, you would want to take a backup too. I'm not saying that he's unfit right now, but just because it's a long tour, you're traveling length.
We're talking about 15, right?
Yeah, 15, just 15.
We're talking about 15.
11 will come close to the match.
Both Hardik and Shivam will go. Circumstances haven't been fair on Shivam. You said this at the start of the conversation because of the impact player rule. हो सकता है अगर if circumstances and scenarios would have been fair on Shivam, right now we would have been probably discussing that no, Shivam is our first choice all round, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't come to pass. But having said that, I will not drop Hardik Pandya from my 15. That's for certain. He brings that awesome mix to the middle order. It's like that joining factor, and year and again, time and again, if Mumbai Indians have dominated season after season in the IPL during their heydays, this was one of the reasons why. And that potential I can see, and he's got that ability to power hit towards him. Abhi to see yahan pe to unfortunately I will not even judge Hardik because under the current circumstances, booing, Twitter nonsense happening, so much on his head, pressure of captaincy. Some people tend to take it like fish to the water, some don't, some take their time. The same Hardik was very tension free and very hassle free when he was captaining Gujarat. Unfortunately, Mumbai mein wo utna pressure zyada hai. Obviously he's been in the limelight more than ever. So I wouldn't think too much about it. I mean, again, right now talking about the 15, dono jayenge. And लगे हाथ, हाँ सॉरी, वन सेकेंड, आई जस्ट कंप्लीट. लगे हाथ में नंबर 6 अभी कंप्लीट कर देता हूँ, वहां डिबेट नहीं. वहां मुझे रिंकू सिंह चाहिए, चाहे दुनिया इधर की उधर हो जाए. वो 15 में भी रहेंगे, 11 में भी रहेंगे, सो वो भी मैं कंप्लीट कर देता हूँ.
Rinku pe aayenge, Srini, but I'll slightly disagree with you on the Hardik power hitting bit. I think that to me is the biggest concern right now in this 11, in the 15, that Hardik Pandya isn't power hitting the way he used to do 3 years, 4 years back.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Does he have the ability to hit? Yes. Does he have the ability to bowl his 4 overs? Yes. So it is that combination of things he brings to the side. That's what I'm looking at. I need a guy who's going to be a bowling. He gives me a bowling option. Then आप नेट्स में फिगर आउट कर लो कि शिवम ज्यादा फॉर्म में या हार्दिक ज्यादा फॉर्म में, 11 में किसको ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डे इंक्लूड करना है. बट आप जहां देख रहे हो कि आपको इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर का क्वेश्चन नहीं मिलने वाला है, वहां पे मैं हार्दिक को लेके जाऊंगा, छोड़ के क्यों जाऊंगा. मेरे पास अगर 2 ऑलराउंड ऑप्शन है, ढंग के ऑलराउंड ऑप्शन, मैं दोनों को लेके जाऊंगा. आई विल नॉट थिंक ऑफ ड्रॉपिंग एनीवन.
हार्दिक जाएगा तो खेलेगा ना. वाइस कैप्टन तो बीसीसीआई सेक्रेटरी ने तो उसको वाइस कैप्टन घोषित कर दिया है.
That is where people need to think cautiously और carefully और logically. अभी ये तो वही बात होगी ना यार, विराट जाएगा तो खेलेगा ही, रोहित जाएगा तो खेलेगा ही. अब फिर खेलेगा ही तो फिर हम ना, तो डिबेट ही खत्म है. आप वहां नेट्स में देखो ना कौन किस फॉर्म में है, बट आपके पास अगर ऑप्शन अवेलेबल है तो आप लेके जाओगे. आप मैं कह रहा हूँ कि आपको एक ऑलराउंडर का जो एक प्लस पॉइंट वहां मिल रहा है, और अलग किस्म का ऑलराउंडर. अभी आप मेरे को पूछे रविंद्र जडेजा और अक्षर पटेल दोनों को जाना चाहिए, मैं कहूंगा नहीं, बिकॉज बोथ आर समवॉट सिमिलर टू ईच अदर. तो मैं करूंगा दोनों में से एक जाना चाहिए.
तो अब एक आपको बता ही दो, क्योंकि मेरा अगला सवाल वही था. अब आप एक बता ही दो, फिर मैं जेबी भाई पे आता हूं. अक्षर पटेल, वेल डन, एटलीस्ट समवन इज टॉकिंग सेंस. जडेजा का एक क्लाउड खत्म कर रहा है. जेबी भाई,
आप 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप टेस्ट क्रिकेट कहीं पे भी ले जाना है, जडेजा को ले जाओ आप.
क्या 20 ओवर अक्षर. जेबी भाई, Axar Patel, Ravindra Jadeja. I know your thinking will be clouded by the fact that we know क्या होने वाला है. But just for once, if you could like get your muscle memory. विराट के लिए मुश्किल है 15 साल का muscle memory निकालना. But आपको request करूंगा अपना muscle memory और thinking हटा के एक बार सोचो. लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर, फिंगर स्पिनर अगर एक ही लेके जाना है तो किसको लेकर जाएं?
Axar Patel, he's got the second best economy in this IPL. Ravindra Jadeja is not getting 4 overs. He's not working outside chip off. His batting has really dipped. I mean, that batting at number 4. Again, what is Chennai thinking? Which moron is sending him at 4? Right? I mean, it's what is happening here? Is he? I'll say it again. Stuck record. जो भी इंडिया का कंटेंडर है या लॉक्ड है, मैं उस बंदे का परफॉर्मेंस देख रहा हूँ आईपीएल में. घंटा मुझे फर्क पड़ता है उसकी फ्रेंचाइज कहाँ जाएगी. मैं देख रहा हूँ वर्ल्ड कप में. राइट? If Jadeja does get into the World Cup at 36 with 2 years of very, very indifferent dipping T20I batting numbers, is he going to bat at 4? Right? अब अक्षर पटेल एक दिन 3 पे गया था. Again, wrong attitude. These guys, if they're both in contention for the T20 World Cup, then they should be batting at number 7 क्योंकि दोनों को मौके वहीं आएंगे. But the point is, Akshar's bowling right now after Jasprit, Bumrah, second best economy. How do you ignore that? Right?
Yeah.
Axar Patel, and he's got good numbers in the West Indies. Don't go by the wickets. Wickets तो जडेजा के भी नहीं है West Indies पे. But look at
विकेट
the
चाहिए भी नहीं
economy
ना
rate.
इनसे.
नहीं.
फिंगर स्पिनर से विकेट चाहिए भी नहीं मेरे को. विकेट के लिए तो उसके साथ वाला लड़का खड़ा है.
And he's a power play specialist. He's taken wickets in the power play as in the West Indies as recent as 9 months ago.
Yeah.
विकेट टेकिंग बॉलर का फोटो बाजू में ही है ना.
हाँ, वही बोला मैं. एक ठोकेगा तो दूसरा ठोकेगा ना. काम ही खत्म. सोचना ही नहीं. How's भाई फिंगर स्पिनर?
The beautiful part of this of IPL is all sides are imperfect. आप देखोगे अगर जडेजा बॉल कर रहा है तो उसके सामने कौन बॉल कर रहा है? कौन बॉल कर रहा है? वो विकेट टेकर नहीं है, कोई रेस स्पिनर नहीं है, कुलदीप यादव नहीं है. तो यहाँ पर इंडिया में आपको कुलदीप यादव मिलेगा. You will have somebody like maybe युजवेंद्र चहल, रेस स्पिनर, विकेट टेकर. तो यहाँ पर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जडेजा की इकोनॉमी में भी आती है, विकेट पे भी आती है, क्योंकि सामने कोई विकेट वाला है नहीं. तब वो विकेट वाला नहीं होता, देन दीज द बैटर्स गो आफ्टर हिम. तो व्हाट डू यू हैव एनी चॉइस? वो अच्छा, यही चिन्नास्वामी जैसी विकेट रहेगी आपकी वहां पर वेस्ट इंडीज में, शायद यूएस में नहीं रही क्योंकि ड्रॉप एंड पिचेस है. देन यू हैव जडेजा हु इज गोइंग टू पुट द ब्रेक्स, यू हैव अ कुलदीप यादव हु इज गोइंग टू टेक दोस विकेट्स. तो अब ये कॉम्बिनेशन आ जाएगा साथ में, क्योंकि आपके देखिए वहां पर भी कुलदीप यादव एंड अक्सर चल रहे हैं. रीजन है, बट देन जडेजा हैज हैड अ डिसेंट ये T20 वर्ल्ड कप. यार चैंपियन बॉलर है. ही गिव्स दैट एडवांटेज. ग्रेट फील्डर, बैटर नंबर 4 पे नहीं चल रहा, बट देन अक्सर इज अ बेटर बैटर, बेटर हिटर. बट आपको वो मौका नहीं मिलेगा ना. आपका बोनस रन्स कब आएंगे? रिंकू सिंह के बाद बोनस रन्स शुरू हो जाएंगे, चाहे वो अक्सर हो या जडेजा. So right now we want a bowler, we want a bowler who can contain, who can target the wickets, or this guy has the ability to move the ball away. और अच्छी डिलीवरी जब मिलती है तो बीट करता है एज और स्टंप्स लेके जाता है. So I would go with Jadeja. That's it. Because of his bowling and fielding, batting में देख रहा नहीं. Because रिंकू सिंह तक काम होना चाहिए अपना.
Do you three don't see Jadeja in the 15 also?
No.
No, Taus bhai,
No.
Jadeja in the 15.
ये तो 11 में बोल रहे हैं, 15 में आएंगे.
Taus bhai, mute हो.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ, मैं अक्सर नहीं दे रहा हूँ. अब मैं आई लव अक्सर यार, बट
अच्छा आप बोल रहे हो जडेजा रहेगा 15 में. जडेजा 11 में.
नहीं तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि सी आई टोल्ड यू ना द रीजन. आई एम लुकिंग एट द बॉलर. रिंकू सिंह के बाद मुझे बॉलर्स चाहिए और ये एडवांटेज बोनस देंगे चाहे वो अक्सर हो या जडेजा. तो आई एम लुकिंग एट द बॉलर.
समझ गया. So the house is divided and I'll go to Axar Patel, but we'll give Taus bhai benefit of doubt. I think इतना बोल्ड कॉल नहीं लेने वाले कि जडेजा को 15 से बाहर कर दें. थोड़ा इनका भी सोचना पड़ेगा. जिस तरीके से इन्होंने वर्ल्ड कप का स्क्वाड बनाया.
जगह कहाँ बन रही है?
जगह तो श्रीनी रोहित का भी नहीं बन रहा ना उस बात से. तो
नहीं वैसे नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. 15 में लिटरली 15 में जगह कहाँ बन रही है?
मैं एक बनाया 15. मैं अभी जस्ट वो शेयर ही करने वाला था. मैं 15 ही बना रहा था ताकि हम स्लॉट्स
तो ये देखना है अब तुम किसको ड्रॉप कर रहे हो. मेरे को वो बताओ. उनकी एक टीम बननी चाहिए.
रिंकू.
So okay. So अब now we need to fill in the blanks. Very crucial blanks. Okay. फास्ट बॉलर एक बार डिसाइड करते हैं. 3 अपने, 2 11 के, 1 बैकअप. आई डोंट थिंक इसके बियॉन्ड जगह होने वाली है. अगर आप हार्दिक को खिला रहे हो तो आपको वो कम से कम 2 से 3 ओवर देगा एज अ थर्ड सीमर. आई थिंक लेट्स पिक आवर 3 सीमर्स राइट नाउ. 2 फॉर द प्लेइंग 11, 1 फॉर द बैकअप. जसप्रीत बुमराह इज अ नो ब्रेनर. उसका डिस्कशन करके भी कोई फायदा नहीं है.
अर्शदीप सिंह.
सो वही मैं 2 सीमर पे आया श्रीनी. सो पहला जेमी 2 सीमर बताओ जसप्रीत बुमराह के अलावा जो 15 में रहेंगे. 15.
I'm going to say what I want to see. I want Sandeep Sharma and T Natarajan.
ये तो पैरेलल यूनिवर्स हो गया ना.
I have Indian cricket at my heart, at my interest. I don't want another disaster. Is there any better left-arm death bowler in the IPL than T Natarajan right now?
Agree.
Arshdeep has done, pardon the language, F all this World Cup. His no ball problems have not gone away. You're taking him. Why is Mohammed Siraj even in this list?
Yeah.
Then we're basically saying कि भैया World Cup का chance नहीं है ना.
ना fair enough.
Sandeep Sharma, who you take? उसको पहली बार. Why am I saying Samson is the best Indian captain? अचानक जो बंदा 13 ओवर से पहले नहीं आ रहा है उसको दूसरा ओवर दिया भाई, वो 2 विकेट ले गया. सूर्य कुमार यादव जिसकी बैटिंग नहीं चलने वाली वेस्ट इंडीज पिच पर, उसको वो आउट कर दिया. अंधे बैर को पता है कि स्काई को स्लोअर बॉल डालो वो शॉट देगा. बंदे ने करके तो खाया. Are you ignoring current form right now? Great. Please take Arshdeep. Please take Mohammed Siraj.
No, but then Jamie bhai, I have kind of a counter argument for you here. We did something similar with Harshal Patel too, right? Harshal Patel एक सीजन अच्छा हुआ, हम उसको ले गए, but he was completely like a fish out of water. So as selector, how would you address problems like those? Because there are certain good players, there are certain brilliant players for the IPL, and then there are certain players who just don't belong in the international arena. So would you take that risk with a T20 World Cup, especially after a couple of years where you haven't really won anything? Couple of years क्या आईसीसी में तो 2013 के बाद जीते ही नहीं ना. तो मतलब ऐसे में कैसे आप सोचोगे फिर?
हाँ, so then take the same 11, no, take the exact same 22. Call Ashwin back also, no? Call Chahal back also. Are we admitting here, all 4 of us, that they're going to send the same, barring one player in Jaiswal, you may as well send the same squad from 22. वही तो बन रहा है ना.
हम मेरे को लग रहा है ये 2022 वाले स्क्वाड में से 2-3 नाम ऊपर नीचे होंगे. The day they announced that Virat and Rohit will play,
बस खत्म.
हाँ
तो
ये
शो बंद कर दो. हाँ तो शो बंद कर दो. We'll see what let's talk about. Talk होने वाला है. There's no point, right? Yeah. Do we not love Indian cricket? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Jadeja 36 with कब तक बोलेंगे भाई बंदे का आर्म है भाई 36 का है और इंडिया में कोई आर्म नहीं है क्या?
अक्सर का भी आर्म
harsh on these guys. There are legends, but you need to take calls. If you send the same guys, फिर तो बोल जाओ यार. यहीं कर दो एक live show. You'll get the maximum views. You'll break CricketNext records. Let's go that way. No? Why are we playing safe?
No, so fair enough. That pacer thing, it's, okay. Natarajan is actually, you know what?
I'll show you Arshdeep's stats. He has awful stats. I'll show you.
Yeah. So it's, some say Arshdeep, Jamie says Natarajan. Natarajan is a very, very valid name for that listing. So I'm saying, again, pacer to aapka ban jayega because again, you have an all-rounder in the 11, whether it's Shivam or whether it's Hardik, and very unlikely that you're going to play more than 3 pacers. But including spinning options is going to be a major headache. That's my personal view.
But I think the bigger problem is we don't really have a seamer. अभी ठीक है, मतलब I agree with Jamie by his choices, but जसप्रीत बुमराह के beyond आपको ऐसा कोई convincing name दिख नहीं रहा ना जिसपे आप वो पंट खेल सको. Sandeep, we all know Sandeep can do. Sandeep has been doing that.
Sandeep
for
Sharma is
years in
going.
the IPL.
Jasprit, Bumrah and Sandeep Sharma are in.
No, but do you think the selectors would think that way?
Yes,
Do
yes.
they
yes.
have the spine which is required to take those calls?
They have to. They have the spine, except for the opening number 1, number 2, number 3. They have spine for everything else.
But Sandeep Sharma would be the most out of the blue call made in Indian cricket in the last 4-5 years.
Fair enough.
Out of the blue call.
Fair enough.
World
But
Cup
I'm
जीतना
expecting.
है.
I agree, Jamie bhai. What you said, I completely agree. But we all know how they think, right? When they sit in that room.
So see, some thinkings happen, some thoughts come because of the perspective you carry as a selector. Some perspectives come for lack of choice, and in this case, that perspective is going to come for lack of choice. And in that, I'm going to stick
So
with
let's.
Sandeep Sharma.
So
My
we
only
all-
contention is again for the third seamer. I'm not very convinced between Natarajan and Arshdeep. I thought Arshdeep, fair enough. Jamie says Natarajan, not a bad, I mean, completely understandable why he says this. But these three are the names, mota mota.
So we have T. Natarajan, we have Sandeep Sharma, we have Jasprit Bumrah.
So let's
All of
look at
us
it this way. See, Mohammed Siraj should not go, will not go. Should not go is more important than will not go. Okay, that's extremely certain I am on that part.
Okay.
Again, Avesh, I don't see any reason why Avesh should go and Sandeep should not go.
Okay.
I'll stick with Sandeep. And then what are the choices I'm left with? Then again, the choices I'm left with is Natarajan versus Arshdeep. That's the only choice I'm left with, right?
Yeah.
And in that, I think, it's like a 50-50. I said Arshdeep, Jamie said Natarajan. Fair enough.
Okay. So I log the three paces as Natarajan, Sandeep Sharma, and Jasprit Bumrah. Taus bhai, Jamie bhai, Srini, myself, we all agree, right? Taus bhai, you have a different take.
I don't understand why this Mohammed Siraj talks keep coming up here. Mohammed Siraj, what has he done? फॉर्म तो छोड़ दो, वो टेस्ट में भी फॉर्म में नहीं है.
मेरे को तो लास्ट 2 साल से नहीं समझ आ रहा वो इतना हुआ क्यों बना हुआ है, सिवाय वो श्रीलंका के अगेंस्ट 2 स्पेल के.
Absolutely. Sandeep Sharma
one came in the World Cup, one came in the Asia Cup. I don't remember anything. Correct me if I should have. I remember those.
Sandeep Sharma gives me an option with the new ball. Okay, right. With the new ball, beautiful swing.
He's a brilliant new ball bowler. यार Chris Gayle को डांस कराया था उसने.
And the best part is that he has got the experience, 32-year-old. So he can talk with the new old ball as well. So he reminds me of that Mohammad Asif, how he used to, fox the batsman or keep the batsman on the toes. I hope he continues in that manner. And Natarajan is another choice for me because of the pace that he has. Arshdeep, we all know what he did 2022. No ball problems. What Jamie Bhai said. And again, Arshdeep wavered. So for me, it's like Bumrah, Sandeep Sharma and T. Natarajan. Great choice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we have our 3 seamers locked. We have our finger spinner locked in Axar Patel. We have our wrist spinner locked. I didn't even ask about him because he's a unanimous choice. In the 11, in the 15, it's Kuldeep Yadav. Now the tricky bit and the difficult bit, who do you carry as your 15th player? Do you take an extra seamer? Do you take an extra middle order batter? Or do you take an extra wrist spinner in Ravi Bishnoi? I'll give you options. Top order batter, Shubman Gill Gaikwad. Middle order batter, Shivam Dube, Rinku मैंने घुसा दिया, मेरे पास और कोई है नहीं, तो मिडिल ऑर्डर बैटर का बात बनता नहीं. केएल राहुल को घुसाना है तो यहाँ घुसा सकते हो उस लॉजिक से. मीडियम पेसर लेकर जाना है तो आवेश खान, अर्शदीप जैसे बॉलर लेके जाने हैं या रवि बिश्नोई और युजवेंद्र चहल. आई ओनली हैव वन स्पॉट बिफोर आई पुट द 15 आउट फॉर यू गाइस. One spot. Srini.
Chahal.
I'll share the 14. I've shared the 14 on the chat. So Chahal is Srini's 15. Taus bhai, 15th.
Kuldeep for me, यार.
कुलदीप तो ऑलरेडी है ना स्क्वाड में.
कुलदीप है.
मैं प्राइवेट चैट में डाला, एक बार देखो आप. अच्छा, आपको सारे नाम दिखेंगे. Just see if I've not missed any name. I've included all names as per our discussion. उसमें क्लैरिटी मिल जाएगा.
अच्छा, कुलदीप का बात नहीं हुआ था मगर, बट या ही डिजर्व्स. बात नहीं चाहिए.
कुलदीप का भी बात करेंगे. कुलदीप बुमराह का तो बात ही नहीं करना ना. वो तो कोई फायदा नहीं है बात करने का.
चहल यार, I mean वहां चाहिए हमको.
चहल ओवर बिश्नोई. या
चहल यार. चहल आउट ऑफ
देवी भाई.
See, I would have loved to go with an off spinner. नहीं है ऑफ स्पिनर हमारे पास. नहीं है. वॉशिंगटन को चांस ही नहीं मिला सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद.
कहां मिला, वहां मार लग गई. 2 में 40 पड़ गए.
अनुज कोटियन को ऑलराउंडर के बैटिंग करा, बिठा दिया ऑफ स्पिनर है.
चहल.
जेबी भाई.
So there's a reason why Yuzvendra Chahal is yet to play a single T20 World Cup match. Okay.
Yeah.
You take him by all means. Reward the same criteria I'm highlighting. Reward these people in the top 5. You're not going to play him. Rohit Sharma doesn't play Yuzvendra Chahal. He doesn't play 2 wrist spinners. So you want to take him, please, because he need to be rewarded. He doesn't have a BCCI contract, and you will not need 2 wrist spinners. That was the Kohli Shastri era. रोहित जब से कैप्टन आए हैं इसने बंदे को मात्र 6-7 मैच दिए हैं, right? So he's a lovely bowler. I like the guy, but if you take him, you're wasting a spot. You already have Kuldeep, right? And you have Axar Patel. You do need a third spinner, right? So if you're giving me a choice between him and somebody else, I'll say Chahal or hai nahi koi, right? That's why you need to get in another big hitting all-rounder who can bowl some spin. But the point is, आप 3 स्पिनर नहीं खिलाओगे. अक्षर पटेल, जडेजा, हम तो यार, I feel like this is deja vu. हमने एशिया कप में ये बात किया, हमने वनडे वर्ल्ड कप कि वो like for like है, right? If there's one, there's not the other. It's the same thing. Kulcha, it's been 6 years of Kulcha, नहीं है, वो नहीं खेलेंगे. So why waste the spot? Take another spin bowling all-rounder. Chahal cannot bat, and or you still need another pacer. I'm assuming that we're saying that Hardik Pandya will miraculously come back to wicket-taking form, and Dube, if required, will bowl you 2 overs for not more than 25, which is par for the course. It's not about another spinner. You need to figure out another pace bowler or another all-rounder. Batting option तो आपके पास बहुत है. Chahal, take him, but he's not going to get a game. 21 में तो उसको ड्रॉप किया विराट कोहली ने, 22 में लेके गए, अश्विन को खिलाया. So I'm just looking at the past because this theme of repeating mistakes is too hard to ignore. So by the same logic, you take him. He didn't get a game. Ashwin came back after some 4 years to play in the World Cup. No point taking Chahal.
Australia 22. It was very difficult to play an extra spinner. So यहाँ पर you have an option. You have an option where West Indies, where the wickets obviously we know how the wickets are going to be.
I think we played the wrong spinners in the World Cup. In the T20 World Cup, Australia T20 World Cup. I think those were the ideal grounds and ideal dimensions to play a wrist spinner. But we persisted with
exactly.
Ravi Ashwin clearly because Rohit is more comfortable operating with the finger spinners. And we have seen these phases. Managements and captains, they've had their likes and dislikings when it comes to wrist spinners, finger spinners, left arm seamers, swing bowlers, fast bowlers. सबका एक दौर आता है, एक phase आता है, और I think ये finger spinners का दौर है. इसीलिए मेरा 15वां रविंद्र जडेजा होने वाला है, because I don't see any reason कि इसको reason तो बहुत है मेरे पास, cricketing, non-cricketing, फलाना ढिमकाना हम बहुत बोल सकते हैं, बट बिना जडेजा के 15 किसी भी वर्ल्ड कप का मैच आता नहीं देख रहा. इसीलिए मेरा 15वां रविंद्र जडेजा है for me, because he kind of fits the bill when it comes to all-rounder, spinner, hard hitting, so to say, bullet arm, rocket arm, whatever. So now, we have kind of zeroed in our 15. Now let's move to the rapid fire and let's keep it as rapid as possible.
Let me change it. UZ अगर मतलब देखिए, I forgot Axar Patel. अगर मैं Axar को I would go with Axar if there is a ये. So for me Axar is in, because बैटिंग यहाँ पर ज्यादा वो रिफ्लेक्ट होती है. जितना डीप रहेगा बैटिंग, जितना अच्छा रहेगा इम्पैक्ट, तो आई वुड गो विद अक्सर rather than UZ.
Okay. So the toss has, I think, happened. So first, let's just quickly update our viewers for the game today. Delhi Capitals are taking on Kolkata Knight Riders at the Eden Gardens. DC have won the toss and I've opted to bat. So before we kind of close the discussion and allow the public to kind of go and watch the game, let's quickly start firing in the comments. And Jadeja or UZ, I think our producer, we can just keep a slash between the two of them because the house remains divided on the 15th player. So let's keep it Jadeja / UZ and let's flash the first comment. Ravi Shankar says Rohit and Yashasvi should open the innings. All right, point very well taken. Everything can be taken right now because anything and everything is happening. I just read a media report which is saying that Rishabh Pant is in the fray to become the next vice captain in T20s. So that opens up a lot of things too. So let's wait. Next comment, please. From 2009 T20 World Cup, serious problem in power play. We lost each and every game in power play. We are lucky like MCG, but we need power play very good. And in West Indies also power play important. JB bhai, quick thoughts.
100%. That's why you need Abhishek Sharma in the power play. He can get out on 5.6 or 6 or 6.1. I really couldn't care. So अगर बंदा 6 ओवर बैटिंग किया ना भाई, 12-13 गेंद 50 होगा इसका.
Yeah. Next comment, please. No, I just read those reports, and yes, I think Hardik has to be your vice captain. You want to consider Pant for vice captaincy? There's a lot of time to do that. He's just returning from a long layoff, and Hardik was announced as the vice captain by BCCI secretary when chairman of men's senior selection committee Ajit Agarkar, captain of India across formats, was there in attendance. So I would like to take the BCCI secretary's word over the report which I'm reading right now. So yes, to me, Hardik has to be the vice captain. Or vice captain, chodo yaar, he was going to be a captain, right? Before Rohit Sharma just came out of the blue, to be in the different hue of blue, which we are going to see in a couple of days when the new jersey would be revealed. But Hardik was going to lead you in white ball format. It's just that Rohit came back and wanted to play the T20 World Cup. Management thought so. So it's unfair, right? Hardik has to be your next white ball skipper. That's what he was told. Okay, KK, but impact player rule में bowler बना के लाओगे क्या अगर इंडिया bowling करेगा? So I don't really know. कैसे होगा? Next, please. Sky versus form in T20 and he has to prove himself at big stage. I can't forget Australia knock in final. Srini.
I didn't understand this. In anti, matlab?
वो वाला मेरे को भी समझ नहीं आया, but I think what he means to say is that Sky has to perform at the big stage. He has played a T20 World Cup already, 50-over World Cup, so big stage, big knocks.
If you look at it from a T20 standpoint, almost every second player has to prove himself at the big stage. Nobody has proven himself. No wonder you've not gone anywhere close to sniffing a T20 trophy in the longest time after 2016. So, I would take Sky. Yeah? I mean, he's a game-changing batter. I mean, fair enough. He's not been in the right form. I mean, so be it. I would really take that risk with him. See, why are we considering Sky? You're considering Sky because apropos the conditions, apropos the attack, apropos the kind of the kind of batting first, batting second, whatever. At number 3, you have a guy who can walk in and straight away get into the middle of the action. He is the kind of guy who doesn't need to knock a few balls to hit his first 6 right from the word go. He has to be in that kind of touch, yes. But if he is anywhere close to the kind of potential that he can show, why would I even think twice about Sky? And by the way, what are the options you have? So, I mean, I know people are going to throw options like Tilak Verma and that way to Sai Sudarshan ko consider karna chahiye. But anyways, the point is Surya Kumar Yadav stays at number 3. He is your number 3. I didn't get that. I can't forget all.
Yeah, can you flash the comment again, please?
If this guy can rephrase his question, I don't know.
It's very simple. I'll tell you what it is. People are getting confused by Suryakumar Yadav. Why again? If there was anyone in the country more opposed to Suryakumar Yadav's inclusion in the One-Day World Cup, it was this guy here. From the month of February last year, Sal Super, I was saying, do not make the blunder, right? The point is he was never supposed to play that tournament. So I'm not gonna associate that innings in a one day. He's not made. The guy doesn't know how to play one day. That's a different matter. If you want to apply the same thing, I'm saying we're talking about a T20 World Cup, right? He's played one knockout match, and he got 14 runs. Are we so callous that we're going to judge him on one knockout match? If he had failed in 3 to 5 T20 knockout matches, I'd agree with you. With all due respect, KK, it's a bogus statement because your sample is a one-day final, which he was never supposed to play. So I'm not going to judge that. He's number 1 in the format for a reason. Yes, he failed in that one knockout. That was a semi-final in November of 2022. But one match to say that he can't do it in the knockout, sorry, I don't agree with that. Because the second part of this sentence, it doesn't apply here. That was a one-day match. And I think we can all agree that he's not a one-day player. And in that final, who clicked apart from Rohit Sharma? Who clicked, right? So soft target when it comes to Sky in this comment.
Yeah.
That's just my harsh take.
I'll just clear the air here, KK. We all are going on and on about West Indies pitches being slow. We spoke to a lot of players, part of the current IPL setups, some not part of the IPL setups. I spoke to them. And the general consensus has been that we are used to seeing West Indies pitches during the middle of a season. where they tend to slow down. But this time it's going to be different. ये start of the season होने वाला है. Fresh wickets आपको मिलने वाले हैं. So don't be fooled by the fact that West Indies pitches have been slow and low in nature. We could well see different surfaces on offer. So let's just not anticipate and plan for slow pitches. Next comment, please. Off spinner is needed because many left-handers is opening example England and Australia teams. Taus bhai.
Absolutely यार, ऑफ स्पिनर में तो पहले ही बोला, बट वेर आर दी ऑफ स्पिनर्स? आपने उस पे काम ही नहीं किया है, आपने रखा ही नहीं बैंक में, जो था उसको भी नहीं खिलाया तनुष कोटिया को बैटर एज अ बैटर. Definitely off spinner. I mean, when you talk about finger spinners, they are needed, especially in this format, to contain whether it's left arm spinner, whether it's right arm off spinner. तो आपके दो बैट्समैन है, राइटी है, लेफ्ट हैंडर है, राइटी है, तो आपको एक दूसरे से कंटेन करना है, विकेट भी निकालना है. एंड these guys, right handers, right arm off spinners have the ability to get those edges and wickets in. But आपने रखा ही नहीं तो क्या, मतलब obviously there will be problem. Washington Sundar again, he's not got enough opportunities to prove himself in Hyderabad, and that's the sometimes negatives of IPL, that you don't get talents, deserving talent, much opportunities. So we have to go ahead with this.
RP is not lower order batter. He always takes time. If RP is supposed to be our finisher, then we are doomed to group stage out. Srini.
Very true. I don't see RP as a finisher. If you have to play RP, you have to play him up the order or so for through time. But I think this is something that's when we were discussing Sanju or RP. Because RP, as I said, I am in love with Rishabh, but I'm not going to kind of use that one emotional content, this thing to kind of tap the other one. I love Rishabh, but again, there are certain things Rishabh can do, certain things Rishabh cannot do. And what this guy says is completely true. He's not a lower order batter. So you got to kind of figure out. And, that's where I said Sanju will kind of make a difference here. Because, again, nobody else fits that bill. And we discussed about KL. Again, I don't see KL also walking in at that this thing. So that's where the Ishan point is, where I had brought up. What do you say about not a finisher? What exactly in our mind is a finisher? When you look at a Rinku, you see Rinku coming in with any sort of a technique or any massive depth in the game. No, he's a guy who can hit in a particular zone, right? That's what is his money shot. That's where Nishan's money shot is. That's where anybody else is. Again, from that context, that's where said Surya is a level higher. Because again, he adds a lot of depth to the kind of hitting that is. There's a method to his kind of madness. So, from that aspect, I completely agree. Rishabh cannot be a lower order batsman. There's no chance.
Next few comments, please. We'll take the last 4 and very quickly before we let our panelists go and catch a breather. Yuvraj Singh said Abhishek Sharma is not ready for international cricket. You guys don't know Abhishek Sharma more than Yuvraj Singh. @Jamie Alter. Zarrat kaise kari aapne bolne ki? Jawab dijiye.
I don't have time for this guy anymore.
Next comment.
He comes on my channel and does this. Itna ill-informed. Sweet guy, acha hoga, but itna ill-informed. He copy paste Kushan Sarkar's tweets and pass it off as his own. Kya bolu main se aa gaya?
Next comment, please. In top 6, there are 3 MI players and our T20 campaign also depend on them. If they are in form, then we can put some extra runs, but their form till now is little bit down. KK, I completely agree with you. Next comment, please. Who calls more shots in Indian cricket, Rohit or Rahul, according to you guys? There's only one guy who can answer this, and that's K. Srinivas Rao. Who is calling the shots, Trini? Or have they missed the important name?
Right now, I have no idea who's calling the shots. I have no answer.
Next comment, please. We are trying with a similar squad in every T20 World Cup. Why can't we gamble like we did in 2007? I think that's what Jamie mentioned and Srini mentioned at the start of the show. We all are for blooding young blood and blooding players.
Two World Cups happened in 2007. One we performed disastrously, the other we won. In that lies the answer to every question mankind has to offer on cricket. I guess no.
But Srini, 2007, BCCI weren't serious, right? Players weren't keen on going. The senior players said, "Ab jao, youngsters jao, just go ahead." But BCCI were they serious about T20 cricket? I don't think so. I mean, there were talks कि यार
Yeah, exactly.
BCCI,
BCCI, yeah, you're right. You're right on that front. BCCI hadn't really warmed up to the format. They're like, अभी World Cup हो रहा है तो चलो भेजो किसी को भेजो, you know. And the senior cricketers, that's why they took a step back, except for one senior cricketer. Everybody else took a step back. Every other, the Fab Five, whatever you call them, except for one, everybody else said no, we want to take a step back. And thankfully that happened. And then you had a man like Dilip Vengsarkar, boss. So less said the better. I mean, I don't even want to kind of walk that path. And वो अलग ही आदमी है, वो अलग इरा था, अलग चीजें थी. Your favorite question, will Dravid sir be coach as after T20 World Cup? यार मेरा बस चले तो he shouldn't have been the coach 2 years ago. तो forget after T20 World Cup. जितने जल्दी बाहर जाए उतना अच्छा है. उनको अंडर 19, अंडर 16 जितना ग्रास रूट लेवल पे भेज सकते हो राहुल द्रविड़ सर को, उतना भेजो. वो उतना आपको बैट्समैन तैयार करके देंगे. विराट कोहली को आप क्या बैटिंग सिखाओगे?
Next question, please. Do we have any? Okay, Indian players have this weakness of left-handed pacer. Each and every team has left-handed fast bowlers. They're up to the mark. Indian left-handed fast bowlers are not up to the mark. Yeah, I think I completely agree with Mr. Ravi. Don't really have that supply of left-arm fast bowlers like other teams do. We have Khalil, we have Arshdeep, we have T. Natarajan, but all, have been performing well in patches. So you don't really see a finished product like you probably see in the international arena, or when you look at someone like a Trent Bolt. Mitchell Starc, yes, he has been very expensive this IPL, but I think that's the finished product which everyone is talking about. Next question, please. Last one. Let's keep this as the last one, please, if at all there is any. Yeah, okay. So this is the last question. Now we'll be flashing the squad which we just picked. CricketNext first choice 15. So top order: Rohit, Virat, Sky, Yashasvi, Jaiswal. We're just talking about the 15 right now. Wicketkeeper would be Rishabh, Pant and Sanju, Samson. All-rounders: Hardik, Axar, Patel, Shivam, Dube. So we don't have Ravindra, Jadeja as our first choice all-rounder. Pacers would be Bumrah, Sandeep Sharma and T. Natarajan. Spinners would be Kuldeep, Chahal/Jadeja. So all you gentlemen have endorsed this squad. So if you're trolled on Twitter, don't blame us. You have signed the undertaking to pass this squad. So if Ravi Shankar comes and trolls you on another different channel, Jamie, be ready for the defense. Yes, Srini.
One change I'd like to make to this, that last one spinner option. If I have to use the slash option, then I'll say Chahal/Bishnoi.
So no Jadeja in Srini's 15.
No Jadeja in 15 at all.
Okay, so if you agree with the squad, tell us. If you don't agree with the squad, tell us. If you like us, tell us. If you hate us, tell us. Follow us across our social media handles. Hit the like button, click the bell icon. Share all our videos wherever you can, because we'll continue to bring more such shows and updates for you. For now, it's time for DC versus KKR. The team would be booked on 1st of May is what we are hearing. So let's wait. Let's see how many surprises we have in store, whether the selectors think on the lines which we do, and I'm sure they don't. So let's wait what happens, because the squad is just a couple of nights away from us now. So keep watching Cricket Next, and we'll make sure that you don't miss a ball. Thank you for joining in, gentlemen. It was lovely chatting with you all.
Fastest cricket score updates या सबसे detailed stats,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या healthy debates,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट.